Before we get absolutely shit-faced, I'd like to remind everybody that this podcast contains two very pissed-up gays of their opinions, rants and raves in life, and overall explicit content which we know you will love. Everyone and anyone is welcome to this podcast, so strap yourselves in, pour yourself a large one, down it just like us, and pour another, and let's get this going and read between the wines. Ooh, a little late to the party tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes the best things are worth waiting for.
That is very, very true. Slightly later episode tonight. Do you know what? I feel like this is a really start of the episode. So let's be a bit more happy.
We got blown away by Storm Darrow. Now you're going to get blown away by us.
What was the storm that we just had before then?
Storm Bert.
I thought it was going through the alphabet.
And I thought it was girl, boy they used to do.
I don't know.
So what happened to Claudine?
Fuck knows.
Or Carol.
Anyway.
Storm Carol.
Anyway, slightly later episode today. This is dropping on Monday night rather than Sunday night.
Indeed.
So
we're still here.
We're still here. Slightly later episode. Apologies for the slight delay. You've got me to thank for that. But we're giving you an extra load on this one. So plenty for you to lap up this episode.
Absolutely.
But yeah, slightly later one. I'm not feeling too great. And let's just say I've had a bit of a weekend. We won't go too much into it, but for those that have reached out and said gave me a message of love and support, I do really appreciate everything that you've said. Thank you so much for your lovely wishes. But we won't talk about dickhead weekends on this podcast.
Absolutely not. No.
But I do feel like I'm coming down with something as well. My throat's really sore, so I hope I can get through this. I've said that many a time. How many times have I said I hope I can get through this and then left with a sore throat?
Oh, there we go. Just stay lubricated. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think it was the lube that was the problem. But anyway, how was your week?
Yes, it was okay. It was pretty good. Still post live show.
Well, yes, we were just saying before we hit record on this one, we still can't believe it's just been just over a week.
Just over a week, yeah. It feels like such a long time ago.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we are back and fully immersed in the show.
And for those that did come to the live one, for those that didn't, you will see it. As we said on last week's episode, there will be a video coming out of it, which won't be till the new year now. But for those that did come and saw the lights around the glory hole, they are now sitting pride of place at the top of this studio.
So they are rimming our studio.
They actually are. Yeah. Couldn't get any pinker if we wanted to.
I'm sure we could try.
Well, we could, yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Well, yeah, we will, but I'm sure you can see this room from space. Santa won't, he'll know where to come, won't he?
On the way home, I often walk past it, and if we've left the lights on, it does look like a brothel.
It does. That's what I love about it, to be fair. That's what I love.
A very gay brothel, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, it is still hard to believe it's only been a week, but yes, I'm still recovering from it, to be honest.
Yes.
Can't do it like I used to. Can't visit the glory holes as much as I used to.
Gonna have to get back on that horse.
We are. But yeah. Oh, do you know what we need to talk about as well? Obviously, for those that do listen on Spotify, well, for those that just listen on Spotify in general, it doesn't have to be this podcast. It could be absolutely anything. Spotify Wrapped, obviously, has released all of the stats for everything you guys listen to or gals listen to, everything that we listen to, but also stats of our little podcast as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We've had some great numbers.
Which was quite interesting to see. Some of the cool little stats. I think should we read out?
Let's have a read.
So we had 173% new followers this year. So obviously this is we've not been doing the podcast for nearly it's been a year and a half, I would say, isn't it? But for the later part of a year and a half, we've jumped up 173% in terms of followers.
Absolutely,
that's incredible. So thank you all
Super
for following.
excited by that. Thank you all for new listeners and old, the hardcore.
Thanks for following the pod, because you don't have to follow it to listen to it. So
no, of
when
course.
You do follow it, obviously it means the world. So
absolutely, yeah. Thank you very much.
Our episode on dating and glory holes was the most popular episode out of every single one, which I'm not being funny. We speak about either some form of dating or some form of glory hole on every episode. So I'm not surprised the first one one of the early ones that featured both.
Indeed,
was a top listener.
Of course, no, yeah, that was a classic, classic in our back
Laid
catalogue.
The foundation of the tone of this podcast with that episode. Episode streams have gone up by 253% this year, so that's incredible as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So again, we've been doing this for a year and a half, but obviously this year it's gone up massively, so thank you for streaming it. And that's across all platforms, that's not just Spotify.
Yes, of course, yeah. All of them.
And interestingly, and probably my favourite stat of our wrapped summary for Read Between the Ones, the podcast, is that the listeners aged 55 plus grew by 366%.
Wow.
Now, I'm so happy about this. Like, y'all are older and y'all listening to this, and I love it. So.
Absolutely, yeah, no. It's great that you still want to listen to filth like this.
Well, maybe it gets them off. You never know.
You never know, yeah.
Maybe it's just awakening something in
Absolutely,
them.
yeah.
Who knows?
Absolutely, but welcome to one of them.
Well, yeah, welcome to the fold. And if you are over 55 and listen to this podcast, let us fucking know.
Absolutely, yeah. Give you a little shout out.
Give you a little shout out, send in a little confession. We'll do a little segment. We love all the confessions.
We promise not to tell your kids or your grandkids that you listen. It's safe with us.
Well, maybe their kids and grandkids are listening as well.
Maybe they are.
Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe they look at it and think, we love it, my son loves it. Well, I don't know. I don't want young people listening to this. Maybe it's all three generations. There you go. Grandson, son and grandpa.
Keep it in the family.
As long as the grandson's over 18, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, I loved the little stats. They were some of our favourites.
They were fantastic.
Let's hope that we can improve on those for 2025.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, yes. Shall we get into some news?
Let's hear the news. Let's go for it.
Got quite a lot to get through, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. There's been a lot going on this week.
Well, it's the first one. So, brain rot has been revealed as the Oxford Word of the Year, in which experts again highlights the effect of social media on this day and age. Now, there comes a time in 2025 when if things like brain rot is topping the Oxford Word of the Year, there's a fucking problem with society, in my opinion.
Well, indeed.
I didn't actually know what it meant, really. I had to Google it, and it obviously just means like when you go down a loophole of social media scrolling. So I'm assuming that TikTok has to do with this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you don't really go down you don't really go down a rabbit hole of Instagram, do you? It's more...
I mean, some people do. Sometimes you do, like the constant scrolling through your feed. I guess the same with Facebook. Like you spend so much time on just scrolling down and down and down and down.
Wow. Yeah. Brain rot, though. It's a fucking horrible phrase.
It is. I think I also heard another word that came through recently.
On Oxford or Collins?
I don't know. It might be two. I'll let you say.
Well, brat was the other word that was the Collins. I think the Collins Word of the Year.
Okay.
Brain rot was the one. There were a couple of other words that made the cut on the Oxford one. Some included demure, dynamic pricing, and slop.
So demure, I know, is a I
have no fucking idea.
Pop star. And Brat and demure, I feel like
Brat's to do with Charlie XCX. Demure, I just thought was that word's been knocking around for fucking years.
It has. It's an original word, but I'm sure it came back because of a pop star, but I can't remember which one.
Shall have a look.
Demure, yeah.
Well, dynamic pricing has obviously got to do with Oasis, isn't it?
Of course.
That's all that drama.
Absolutely, yeah.
And slop's just a rank word anyway, isn't it? Clean your slop up.
There was another great word I saw, and we might have David to thank for this. Thank you, David. I think I saw the word enshittification.
What, Oxford?
I don't know if it was an Oxford word or whether it was just the new word that they've invented, but basically it means the gradual decline of something being really good and turning rubbish. I love that word, enshittification.
Yeah, I quite like that. I mean, if I tried to say it in sentences, I'd probably get it wrong. It's a good word to say. So demure was made famous this year by Lily Collins and Jenna Ortega.
Okay.
From Emily in Paris.
Right, okay.
So yeah. I just thought demure, it's obviously a TikTok trend. It's all fucking TikTok
It's
trends,
always
isn't
TikTok
it?
nowadays.
It's all fucking TikTok trends.
Everything comes from the old TikTok.
Yeah. Well, can't be a week without talking about Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce was named by Billboard as the greatest pop star of the 21st century, which, in my opinion, is very well deserved, and there's no fucking surprise, is it?
Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
And to my absolute delight, she obviously beat Taylor Swift.
Yes, indeed.
Did just come second, and obviously Taylor Swift has also hit the headlines this week because she's wrapped up her Eras tour with a record-breaking amount of money that she's made, and good for her.
Yeah.
But you can make all that money on that Eras tour, babes, but you're not as good as fucking Beyonce.
You ain't no Beyonce.
I'm going to offend a lot of gay people with that comment.
I mean, I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone because the number of times you've mentioned the Queen herself.
Yeah,
on this
good
podcast.
for you if you love a bit of Taylor. I'm not judging and I'm not picking holes at it, but I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. So you can imagine my absolute excitement when I saw that Beyonce was named as number one. Although it is stressing me out a little bit because I can, I've been saying this to you all week. I think that she's going to announce a tour on Christmas Day and I'm going to shit my pants. But I can't worry about it right now. I've got too much else to worry about.
Yeah, indeed. No,
but yeah, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well done.
This next story is my favourite news story of the week and probably of the month actually. It was revealed this week that female frogs have started to fake their own death to avoid unwanted male attention from males they don't like. Now I can fucking get behind this. It's been a few people in my time that I should have just faked my death to get out of seeing. I fucking love that.
Imagine doing that in a club when someone really ugly comes up to you, just like death drop.
Oh, there's definitely been a few people that if it was a toss up between trying to talk to them again or faking my own death, I think I would fake my own death. It's fucking genius. Well done, female frogs.
Very clever, yeah.
So this phrase is called tonic immobility. Tonic immobility.
Okay.
Frogs are said to do this through very chaotic breeding seasons. Sounds like a Friday night on Grindr, don't it?
It's the frog equivalent of deactivating.
Well, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, a chaotic breeding season. That just sounds like a really busy night on Grindr, Friday night. And imagine it's like, when people on Grindr write deleting app soon as their profile picture. If you just wrote tonic immobility, we would all know what the fuck you're talking about. We would know where you're fucking at.
Well, maybe that'd be the word of 2025,
Maybe that would be the word of 2025, and it would tell everyone on Grindr he's had a few loads this weekend. He's deleting the app. Maybe they should add it to Microsoft and do a team status. It says away, busy, in a call, tonic immobility. Or we won't bother Lisa in her lunch hour. She's been fully loaded up. Just taking my lunch break and then set it to tonic immobility. Busy lunch, Lisa? I don't know why I'm using the word Lisa. Jill from Humanities is out.
Oh, again.
I can't say that I've ever experienced a bout of tonic immobility, but if I did, would I fake my own death? Probably. Ever had a bout of a chaotic breeding season in your life?
I don't know whether fortunately, unfortunately, no, I have not.
God. And you're horrible.
I mean, it's quite a pleasant way of saying the doors are closed.
But don't it, if you think of it in the animal world or the reptile world and then think of it in the human world, that takes on very different meanings. If you think of a frog having a very chaotic breeding season, you think, nature. If you think of a gay people having a chaotic breeding season, you think dirty, filthy orgy.
Slut.
Somehow the word breeding feels really nice when it's nature, but when it's men, or women for that matter, it sounds fucking rank.
Men and women always have to go and ruin everything, don't they?
Mankind. What did you get up to the weekend? Just had a very chaotic breeding session over the weekend.
Mankind have a lot to answer for.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? But anyway, yes, before the confession segment, if you want any advice, you had a few loads on Grindr and you're thinking about deleting your profile, don't bother. You're only going to try and get it. Your chaotic breeding season will be over, and you'll want your profile back. And if you delete your profile, you'll lose all your favourites for starters. So you won't be able to find any of them. Think about it very carefully. Just set your name to tonic immobility.
I wonder if maybe Grindr will pick this up and then, where you can select like bear, otter, twink.
Maybe.
Tonically immobile.
Why the fuck ain't Grindr sponsored this podcast yet? You know what? I might reach out to them. But I honestly fucking plug your stupid app every fucking week. So much so, the rest of this fucking episode's about to be about Grindr. Why aren't we getting any sponsorship from them? I don't know if I want to be sponsored by Grindr.
No, well, we know what the hashtags are going to be this week on our social media.
There we go. Anyway, enough about frogs faking their own death to avoid unwanted male attention.
What else has been going on?
An OnlyFans model has revealed this week that she felt physically sick after discovering a close family member had paid for her adult content. It was her cousin, in fact, and it was found out that he'd been subscribing to her content for 2 months. She, by quote, said that she felt physically sick now. bitch, let me just say something here. If you're on OnlyFans, getting your minge out and your flaps for the world of the internet to see, your cousin is probably not the only person that you know that is subscribing to your content.
100%.
So I don't know why you're in a bit of a shock club, and also she should be fucking grateful it's her cousin and not her fucking dad.
Exactly, yeah, that's right. Imagine one of your dad's mates down the pub telling, oh, I saw Brenda on OnlyFans the other day. You did the fucking move.
Who's this? Glad you're okay, my friend. In the new year, let's do dinner or drinks. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sorry, I forget I'm recording a podcast. That was a text message. I won't go into it in case they're still online.
No, indeed.
Watching my status. I'll reply to that in a minute. Be an awkward family dinner, wouldn't it, at Christmas? Oh, here she is. Got your baps out last night, didn't you, Arthur?
We've got some Christmas crackers, but I've heard you've had a couple out over the years.
I mean, come on. Listen, if that's your I'm getting really distracted by this person. Now I know who it is. Oh, I know who it is now. See, look, I'll reply later. He's a friend of mine. But if you're stressed out that your cousin's watching your content, my advice would be don't put content on the internet.
Absolutely not. Exactly, yeah. Open to all.
Also, it makes me wonder what she is posting on her OnlyFans to be physically sick. I'm assuming it's pictures of her vagina and videos of her vagina.
Well, at least it's still a step up from, who's it, that Katie Robertson?
Do you know what? You must have read my fucking mind. I was just thinking about her.
Absolute vile. Absolute
munter, that is. And I'm sorry. I don't like... you know me, I don't like to put people down.
For those of you who don't know who she is...
She's an absolute fucking munter. That's what she is. She's the bitch that tried to say that Tommy Fury cheat. I was going to say Tommy Robinson then. It's a completely different tone.
I think better.
Tommy Fury cheated on Molly May with her, and the photo is so fucking deep faked. It's unreal.
You're right. You've seen it.
That video of her where she talks about, obviously, can you hear the motorbike? Where she talks about putting her dirty pants on her dad.
I know.
Sticking a used spatula up herself,
and
then putting it back.
No.
Oh, she's a dirty cretin.
Yeah, she is. A horrible, vile woman.
Can you tag her in this?
I will do.
I'd love her.
Maybe we'll make this our episode title.
I'd love her to see this.
Katie Robertson, vile.
Who would you rather fuck, Katie Robinson or Katie Hopkins?
No choice, Katie Hopkins. I hate her too, but...
Oh, I don't actually hate Katie Hopkins. I think she a lot of what she says is a load of old bollocks, but I actually think she's quite funny at times.
At times she can be
Katie
funny.
Robinson, I'd sooner do OnlyFans and have my cousins watch me than fuck Katie Robinson. Is it Robinson or Robertson?
Robertson.
Oh, there we go. We're saying it all wrong.
There we go.
Hollywood legend Shirley MacLaine. Now, I don't know who this is, but I like the story. Shirley MacLaine, who's 90 years old, has posted a job advertisement recently hiring for a personal cocktail maker who can make her cocktails every single night. Oh. One specific requirement is that the person chosen must be able to join a cocktail with her every night. Now, fuck this podcast. I'm going to apply for that.
Shirley MacLaine, she's a really famous Hollywood actress.
She is a famous Hollywood actress.
Yeah.
I think. Who's am I thinking of? Bruce MacLean. Who's that?
I don't
from
know.
Die Hard.
No, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but what's the name of the
I can't remember the name of the
it?
character. No, John McClane. John McClane?
That's a Republican, isn't it?
No, that's John McCain.
God, I haven't done any research. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, Shirley MacLaine. She's a Hollywood actress, and she is she's an American actress and author. So yeah, she's hiring. She's hiring for a professional cocktail maker. Now, listen,
great job.
Well, you've made it in life if you're hiring for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's great.
Fucking 90 as well. Wants a cocktail every night. I love this woman.
Probably not good for your long-term career, prospects.
Oh, listen, at 90 years old, you wouldn't give a fuck, would you? You'd
No,
be like,
true,
listen,
true,
I've done
true.
my time.
No, indeed.
I would literally be off my tits.
What a great thing to add to your LinkedIn profile.
I know. and the fact that also that the obviously a must, shall we say? What's it when you get a CV? A requirement, not desirable, but it's a requirement.
Indeed.
That they have a cocktail with her.
There we go.
Sign me up. So if you don't hear me, this episode's gone out a day late. Sorry. Next week's episode ain't going out at all. You'll see me shaking a cocktail maker in the Hollywood Hills. Might
Your
message
natural
her.
habitat.
Shall I DM her and be like,
Yeah.
hello.
I make a mean espresso martini.
I know. I'll show you a good time, babe. This isn't the first time, though, a celebrity has posted for a very unusual or fun or out there job role.
Okay.
So Shirley MacLaine isn't the only one in Hollywood that's doing this. Although that one sounds the best for me. But Snoop Dogg once hired a full-time blunt roller.
I think I do remember that, yeah.
Full-time blunt roller. Guess how much the fucking salary was per year?
More than I'm on, for sure.
I don't think so. We're earning millions of this podcast. No, but not quite. But $50,000 just to roast fucking blunts. Is a blunt a doobie?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I don't smoke. I've never smoked even a cigarette before, so I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't be good for that, would I?
No.
I'll be like, where do I begin? Put it on my CV, I'm a professional one. Yeah, I do it all the time at home.
Where's the sharpeners?
Yeah. Yeah. What's this for? Is this seasoning for the salad? Yeah, I wouldn't be good at that one, but yeah, $50,000 fucking dollars that man.
There we go.
Paid to somebody a year just to roll blunts.
But that's more than a 37-hour week. That is.
Listen,
That's like a 24/7 job.
you'd get repetitive strain injury in your
You
fingers.
would, yeah, you would, yeah.
You'd need some healthcare behind that.
Well, maybe the doobies would help with that as
Probably.
well. It's good for
See,
you.
double there. There we go. Offers full-time healthcare as well. Mariah Carey also hired somebody. I wasn't surprised by this one, but just for one night, when she was on one of the Alan Carr shows years ago, she hired a professional staircase assistant to help her down the stairs.
Well, there we go.
Well, she's likely to take a tumble sometimes.
Well,
she's quite
that's
top
it.
heavy, isn't she?
Yeah, she is, yeah.
I saw her live once when I used to go to CD UK, and I was at the front of CD UK, and that's a small audience, and she got out this giant telephone, and she needed people to help her walk down the stairs.
Okay, there we go.
So, yeah.
She does wear quite large heels as well, doesn't she?
Well, yeah. So I'm not mad at that one.
No,
I would have
of
thought
course
that would have been worse for Mariah Carey, that she would have wanted that full time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Robert De Niro also hired a professional back scratcher.
Well done, Bobby.
You'd shit yourself, wouldn't you, if it was Robert De Niro? Because he's quite a scary a man. Well, not so much anymore.
I suppose so.
Did you see his rant a little while ago about Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck up, mate. You're meant to be from Goodfellas. You're meant to be scary.
Should be putting out a hit on him, not blasting him in
Fucking
the
hell.
news.
Whacking him.
How the mighty have fallen.
But yeah, professional back scratcher. Now, I wouldn't want a professional back scratcher, but a back tickler might be quite nice. But yeah, that was a good one. And then Lady Gaga, well, she ended up hiring a friend to do this, but she wanted a 24/7 assistant, somebody to assist her 24 hours a day.
Wow.
7 days a week.
What does she do when she's in bed?
Well, I suppose they're just on hand, aren't they? Just on call.
True. Yeah.
As long as it ain't like Michael Jackson's assistant on hand in bed. Don't want all that propofol, might fucking kill yourself. We can't lose Lady Gaga. Fucking hell. Madonna, maybe. Anyway, enough about that. Well, yeah. I think that's about it, isn't it? Some.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised by the celebrities you've listed. Like, they're all quite diva-ish in their.
Oh, do you call Robert De Niro a diva?
I imagine he probably could be. He's a big movie star.
Well, I suppose he's earned his stripes as well.
He has earned his stripes, indeed.
I'm not going to talk about Greg Wallace anymore because I think he's an asshole.
Indeed.
But what I will say as well is congratulations on Colin Rooney, who came second, sorry, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That's not in the news running order this week, but I can't stand Rebecca Vardy, so...
Well done, Colleen.
Well done, Colleen. You showed that bitch. I bet she's sitting there fucking fuming, Rebecca Vardy.
Well, she's still probably trying to pay off all her legal bills.
I love that Colin Rooney's son went in the jungle and the first thing he said to her is, "You stink," or "She stinks."
Well, you would do.
You would.
That many weeks in the jungle.
Well, yeah. Well, in honour of Spotify Wrapped, and obviously we've said that we really loved our Spotify Wrapped, and we found some interesting stats about our podcast. Obviously, we only readed a couple.
Indeed.
Redid a couple? God, that was bad grammar, wasn't it? We only read a couple.
Yeah, we did. Only
Redid. Fucking hell. Tell I'm not feeling great. We only read a couple of our stats, but some of them we found particularly fun.
Yeah.
You're looking at that light, aren't you? That
That's
fucking
fine.
neon light. Is it going to fall on my head?
No, it's all good. You're all right. It's dangling a little bit.
1 minute. Where? Here?
Yeah. That's all right.
Let me... It's all right for you saying this, all right. Hold on 1 minute. Because it's going to be me that's going to distract.
There we go.
There we go. Let's bring my mic back. Can cause nothing but stress, these studio lights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, before we go into it, we've bought new equipment for this podcast, and next week I'm so fucking excited to record next week's episode because we have completely upgraded.
We have indeed.
We've completely upgraded our tech.
Indeed.
So hopefully next week it'll be plain sailing.
Brand new studio equipment.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Anyway, I digress. Back to Spotify Wrapped. It wouldn't be an episode of ours without mentioning Grindr. I think we've already mentioned it probably at least 6 or 7 times since we've started this one. But we love a bit of Grindr.
We do.
Well, we love talking about a bit of Grindr. Some of our what are they called? Some of our audience members were from Grindr.
Indeed, yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Shout out Grindr.
Well done, Grindr, for bringing in the audience.
Yeah, we made the executive decision, didn't we, to go on Grindr in prep for the live.
Yeah. But it was only a matter of time before you started asking about. Got to see your dick.
Yeah, that is it. That is exactly it. We started talking about. We were on there as a marketing ploy for the live pod, and it worked to an extent. But then there were a few people that were like, "Oh yeah, sounds great." Hung ? I'm like, fuck off. One of them was like, have you got a picture? I was like, there's a picture of us on the poster. You're not getting nothing more than that, bitch. Anyway, in honour of Grindr, because we love we love talking about it, Grindr did their own version of Spotify Wrapped, and they released some interesting stats this week that were pretty impressive.
Okay.
I mean, there was fucking loads to get through, so
I'm sure there was.
We've only listed a few, but I thought I'd ask you.
Okay.
If you could hazard a guess at any of them. It's always me testing you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't know.
It's because I know practically everything there is to know.
There we go. That's obviously why.
Right, so I'm going to read you some of the titles of the stats, and you should tell me some answers, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. What do you think the top sex positions were on Grindr this year? So the top positions that everybody was looking for on Grindr in 2024. There's 5 top ones.
Okay.
I will let you hazard a guess. Let's see how many you can get.
Okay. I mean, doggy's going to have to be up there.
Okay.
Any
more? It's taking you this long to listen to think of a sex position.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't want to say missionary, but missionary might be on there. I'd be surprised on Grindr if it was high up.
So you've said doggy and missionary.
Yeah.
Any more?
I'm trying to think of the names of them.
You sound like a virgin. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the names of them.
Shall I get you a conversation?
The wheelbarrow.
The wheelbarrow. Oh yeah, because that's what people are looking. I know what it is.
I don't know. Well, that's some of my guesses.
Well, you got one right.
Okay.
You got one right.
Okay. Doggy, I bet.
And it wasn't the wheelbarrow. Imagine saying that to someone. What's your favourite sex position? Wheelbarrow. It sounds so horrible. I'd be like, you ain't fucking putting me in that position. Well, no, missionary was number 1 on Grindr.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not everyone's like, really out there. Some
I'm
people
surprised
just like
though.
a little bit of a normal
just get straight
position.
Get straight to it.
There we go, missionary. Doggy wasn't on there.
Okay.
So number 1 was missionary. Number 2 was backshots. Now, I don't know what that actually is, and I'm scared to Google it, but I can assume, if I think of it in a literal sense...
Is that shooting over your back?
Well, that's what I thought, but that is not fun. Backshots, here we go. Backshots. There's nothing like... Oh, okay, doggy style for deep penny pen.
Okay, there we go.
But backshots take deep to a whole new level. be on all new fours. God, Ronnie, I'm not editing any of this out, so I'm really sorry if you listen to this. On all fours on a couch or on the edge of the bed, using hands and knees to steady yourself. Person eases himself in behind, grab the lover's waist and thrusts back and forth for deeper penetration.
There we go.
I think it's more in straight people, but it happens in gays as well.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, well, backshots. Why don't you just call it doggy?
Yeah.
Doggy's a bit of, like, I don't know, maybe backshots is the new 2024 way of saying.
Maybe they did like the whole Opal Food to the Starburst switch around.
Maybe we'll go back to doggy by the end of the year. Number 3 was 69.
Okay, yeah.
Good old classic.
Classic, yeah.
Can't go fucking wrong with that.
Yeah, always works.
Well, sometimes it does. But sometimes logistically, you've got shit waving around your face. You just think it off. Go away. It's not really attractive either, is it?
No, true. True.
Number 4 was just from the side. Classic from the side.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah.
Well, you're surprised. What you
These are
thinking?
very
They were
vanilla.
going to be dirty bitches.
Well, yeah, this is quite vanilla.
And then number 5, sorry, that was number 4. Number 5 was spooning.
Oh.
Little cute spoon. Which is, I couldn't think of anything worse. Because I'd be like, get off of me. I
get
hate
the fuck
being
out of my house.
Well, I just hate being touched. Like, anyway, like, I'm not that type of person. I'm like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
Spooning for me is my idea of fucking hell. No way.
Well, that also entails a bit of a like post
Nut spoon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, but that's the problem in gay world, because if it's a post nut spoon and then you spoonful it, or I've said this before, you end up peeling yourself off of each other because the cum sticks. It's like PVA glue, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You get the distinct noise of
get the ethanol out to dissolve it.
what? Just. You literally like, we're glued together. That just is repulsive for me. That is fucking repulsive.
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
I agree.
How can you sit there in each other's mess? I wonder if it's the same for women. I wonder if like that it becomes sticky.
I wonder, yeah.
I don't know. Women, come on.
I would assume so.
Come on, girls. 55% of you audience are female. Let us know. We don't know. We need an education. Oh God. Yeah. Well, that was the top 5. Favourite rule. I can't get my words out today. Favourite foreplay activities. So we've got a top 5.
Okay.
From Grindr out. What are the top 5?
Foreplay activities. Nipple play?
Well, okay, carry on.
Does oral count as...
Well, yeah.
I'd say oral.
Any more you want to hazard again?
Rimming.
Say again.
Rimming.
Again. Say it again.
I refuse.
Go on, one more time. One more time for the listeners. It's not for me, it's for them.
Rimming.
Imagine you into rimming? I'd be like, not anymore. Have you ever said that to someone in the bedroom?
No, I have not. No.
Turn around, let me rim you. Oh God!
It almost sounds like I'm saying I'm into women.
Well, this is what you did with David. You said drink, but it sounded like twink. I'm into. Imagine I'm into women, and like a big gay man with his gaping ass turned up.
Wrong app, love.
Well, the top 5 favourite foreplay activities on Grindr this year. Number 1 was kissing.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2 was oral.
Okay.
So you got that one right. Number 3 was rimming.
Yeah, there we go. Got that one right too.
Number 4, it's just called hand stuff. So I suppose that could be...
wanking.
All right. Could be... Oh, no, it's gays, isn't it? Couldn't be fingering. Well, yeah.
Could be fingering. Yeah. Hand play,
Anything.
yeah.
Fingers in the mouth.
Yeah.
Things like the bum.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be anything, couldn't it?
Could be anything, yeah.
It's a bit vague, isn't it? Hand stuff.
Yeah.
What you into? Hand stuff.
I guess it's weird because you would say like if you're into foot stuff, then a bit more
Yeah, but usually
understandable.
people say foot worship or foot job.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Not foot stuff. And then the last one was frotting.
What's frotting?
Well, I was hoping you fucking knew the answer to that because I don't know the answer.
I think that might be putting your two dicks together and jerking
Isn't that
them off.
docking?
No, that's when you connect them.
Yes, I know.
I think frotting is when you do it.
Say again?
Frotting.
Why does all the sexual positions have R's in for you? Rub one's genitals against someone for sexual gratification. Especially without the other's consent or knowledge.
Oh.
That's a bit rapey, so
Yeah.
please indulge in consensual frotting if you are on Grindr. That just sounds rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, masturbating two penises together for sexual pleasure. How did you know that?
I think I remember us talking about that
Yeah,
before.
alright. Don't fucking blame this podcast. Don't blame this podcast. You done a bit of frotting in your time?
I probably have. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I don't think I would have called it that. More because I
think so.
can't say it.
You're coming near me. Fuck that. But yeah, that was the top. That was the top 5 raw play.
Okay, there we go. Still, kissing, that's still very quite vanilla. I'm very surprised.
Well, not everyone on Grindr is there for filth.
Yeah.
There are kink apps for that now.
Maybe I also wouldn't call kissing foreplay, but I
Well,
can
it
see that
is a kind of foreplay.
It is.
Leading up to the big thing.
Yeah.
Or little thing, depends on who it is. Guess how many albums have been shared on Grindr this year? So when I say albums, it means photo albums. You can share an album. Guess how many albums were sent on Grindr for 2024?
Worldwide, I'd probably, you're looking at millions. I'd say like 2 million.
Well, you must have done your homework because 2 million albums were
Ah,
sent.
there we go.
I always liked to send albums when I was on Grindr and not photos because you know why?
Why is that?
This is a tip. Because if you share an album and they try to screenshot your photo, it does this like blurry thing and it tells the person, you can't be screenshotting people's photos. Whereas if you send just a photo, people can screenshot the fuck out of that.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to be seeing me on X a few weeks later. Legs up in the air.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So that's a tip for gays on Grindr.
Good.
Please always share an album, even if it's an album of one picture.
There we go.
Don't share your photos individually because you might end up on OnlyFans, you might end up on X.
Well, you might have your partner find out.
Well, there we go. Or your cousin.
Or your cousin.
Get the highest percentage of tops. So there are 5 places in the world which have the highest percentage of tops in spring summer 2024. Do you want a new co-host for next week? Because I fucked this one right up.
Hopefully we'll improve.
I've got a sore throat, guys. Give me some slack this week. I've had a rough weekend, and that wasn't alcohol either.
Where the most tops are, I'm gonna say.
I reckon with this one you're gonna go completely off. I don't reckon you're gonna. I think I know your mind, where your mind's gonna go with this, and I'll be interested to hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say the UK. I'm gonna say Germany.
That's one. Any more? Do you want to guess any more, or do you want me to just tell you?
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere in like South America that might be as well.
Now, just for, I'm not very good with geography, so once I read this out, you'll have to tell me where they are in the world.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with those.
Well, neither Germany or, it might be South America, I don't know.
Okay.
But the highest percentage of tops, number 1 was Jordan, which is...
Middle East.
Middle East, yeah.
Where it's probably illegal.
Well, yeah. Probably, but it doesn't stop people doing it, does it?
No.
Greece was number 2.
Okay.
So the Greeks love a top.
Greeks
they love being a top.
Or you bottoms booking your flights to Ayia Napa next year.
Oh my god, Santorini, not Ayia Napa. Fuck me, you're not going to find a top that you like in Ayia Napa, that's for sure. Well, you might do, I don't know.
Who knows? Depends what you're after.
Have a little bit of class, though.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to Greece, I don't want a top from Ayia Napa. That's all
I'm sure you won't get kissy and missionary.
That's like when everyone used to go to Zante. That's Greece as well.
Yeah, I think Zante's
Oh
kissy,
god,
yeah.
how we upgraded in life. Well, so that was number 2. The number 3 was the US.
Okay,
Can you
interesting.
pour me some of this more?
Yeah, of
drinks,
course.
please? This isn't alcoholic. I'm not drinking alcohol tonight. Shock horror on this podcast. I'm not drinking wine because I don't feel well enough. I don't think that will help. Maybe it would have helped.
Who knows? The antioxidants.
Oh, that was a big gulp.
Not the first time you said that on this podcast.
I know. If it was an audio book, I'd be having people turned on now, wouldn't I? Well, so the US. Thank you. So the US was that. I think that was an obvious one.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Singapore.
Okay.
Where's that?
Southeast Asia.
That's on the way to Australia, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's
Maybe-
near like China, Japan is one of the
Yeah,
islands.
but most people stop off at Singapore, don't
They
they?
do,
So maybe
yeah.
they stop off for a quick top.
They do.
Well, they head to Australia. Number 5 was Peru. That's South America.
Peru,
right?
yeah.
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Got 2 of them.
I
Right?
nearly said Peru, actually, as my South American country, but there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
On the flip side to
Bottoms.
that, now highest percentage of bottoms in the world.
Highest percentage of
We've got
bottoms.
your tops. So now we know. We've told everyone where to go if they want a nice top.
Yep. Where are all the bottoms at?
Where are all the bottoms at?
I might say UK in that one, I think.
Okay. Any more?
Maybe Sweden.
Sweden. Okay.
And Australia.
What? Because we just said that they were on their way to Singapore.
Well, they're close by. They can jump.
I don't think any of those are right.
Okay,
that you
there we
said.
go. Fine.
So the highest percentage of bottoms, number 1 on the Grindr Wrapped 2024 was South Africa.
Wow. Okay.
That explains a fucking lot
Yeah,
for me, I
indeed.
tell you, because my ex was cheating on me left, right, and fucking centre, and he was from South Africa, and he always told me he was a top. Turns out, years later, he's not. Not that I care anymore, but South Africa was number 1.
Okay, there we go. That's a
South
surprise.
Korea was number 2.
Okay.
I knew there was a reason why I wanted to go to South Korea. But that one shocked me a little bit as well, the South Africa one. Japan was number 3.
Okay, interesting.
That's a little
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
Vietnam was number 4.
Oh, okay. All like Southeast Asia.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it? And number 5 was Denmark.
Okay.
So the Danish love a little
The
bit
Danish
of a bottom as
love a
well.
bottom. Okay. Love a bit of bottoming.
Nice little Danish bottom. Sounds like a dessert, shouldn't it? Sounds like that's the sort of thing that should be on Bake Off. What have you got today? I've got a really sweet Danish bottom. And a Singapore top for dessert. Afterwards.
Sounds like a nice cocktail.
Don't it all sound like
It
like
does
a
sound a
cookbook?
bit. Yeah, it does. You're right. Yeah, I agree.
Singapore top, Danish bottom.
Well, there we go. That's some surprising stuff.
What about the highest percentage of twinks in the world?
Highest percentage of twinks.
It's not the UK
Okay.
or the US, which
Well-
surprises me, to be honest, because I thought it probably would have been the UK. But then if I think, I don't know, I'll let you answer and then I'll give
I
my
feel
thoughts.
like Australia might be in that one.
A twink.
Yeah, they're quite twinky, aren't they?
They're all like really kind of surfer dude, aren't they?
Maybe.
I've never met an Australian twink in my
I would
life.
also have said Japan, but maybe they're not.
No, they're bottoming, but they're not twinks.
They're not twinky. Okay. I don't know.
So the Netherlands had the highest percentage
Interesting.
of twinks
Okay.
amongst the world. Well, according to Grindr, anyway.
Okay. There we go. The
I
Dutch.
kind of get it. Yeah,
Yeah, I get that. I get
kind of
that.
get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Dutch boys are very well, from my experience, very pretty.
They are very handsome.
So I'd sooner take a twink from the Netherlands than a twink from the UK. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Because usually, if they're from the UK, they're probably about 12 years older than they should be. They're not twinks. They're in their late 40s. Combing back the little bit of hair they've still got left.
And bitchy as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry to all UK twinks that are not that listen to this episode. What about the highest percentage of hung bottoms? So we've spoke about bottoms,
Okay.
but these are hung ones. Not that I'm saying that people in South Africa, Korea, Japan, Vietnam and Denmark are not hung.
Yeah.
But those that identify as hung bottoms, where are they from? Now, I can understand this. Not by personal experience, but I get
Okay.
I get this one.
My first thought goes to like Brazil. I don't know why. Not Brazil.
It's not Brazil. It's not
Hung,
that side of the world.
hung bottoms. Oh, so
Well-
we're going the other side.
Well, these are we say these are hung bottoms, but this is not fact.
Right.
This is how people identify. On Grindr. So this is what people are saying. So it's one particular place that all claim.
Maybe Russia? I have no idea.
Russia?
I'm classing the stores here. Class me a hung Dixie.
Oh, you don't want a hung Russian. It's actually France.
Really?
So the French claim that they're the highest population of hung
Okay.
bottoms. Don't believe it for a single second, if I'm honest. Not after the amount of, like, remember what we've been watching lately, Airline, and it's always the French people that kick off.
Always uptight.
Bloody full of themselves, aren't they?
They are indeed. Well, that's why they're trying to describe themselves as hung bottoms.
Good for them if they are, but listen, this fact it's not a fact, but this stat, should I say, I would take very lightly, because the amount of times that I've seen people portray themselves as one thing on Grindr, and then when you meet them in reality, it's completely fucking different.
Uphill.
You said you were hung. I've seen bigger clits than that. Oh, that was a bit. Well, I've never experienced a hung. Why would also a hung bottom? It's that's a bizarre one for me, because I would usually associate people that claim that they're hung with being a top, because a bottom person don't really care about their front
of course,
part of their genitals.
Yeah,
it's not usually a thing, is it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's me generalising. But I've never met a hung bottom from France, but I've never been with a hung bottom in France, so I don't know. What about, alright, so we've done a hung bottom, and then the last one is a femme top.
So where the most femme tops are. I mean, I've got them all completely wrong so far. What country haven't I?
Well, it might have been a country that you've already said.
It might have been.
There's a clue. It is a country that you've already said.
It is a country I've already said.
But it's a country that you've already mentioned. I was called femme once. And I was like, me? Since me sitting here with my Santa pyjamas on, my pink glass and my pink studio.
Femme tops. Maybe I'll go back to Sweden or Germany, I think. Sweden or Germany.
Mm-mm.
Neither of those.
Nope.
Australia.
A little bit more common than that.
The UK.
Yeah, there we go. Highest percentage of femme tops is from the UK.
There we go.
That's one I can believe.
Time for me to leave the country.
Are you saying that you're a femme top?
No, I'm saying I don't want not my preference.
Well, once I was like, when I was with like my ex years ago, we went out on a New Year's Eve night out with him and his friends. And one of these, like, there's this fucking idiot friend that turned up, and they didn't really like him, but he was a bit of an idiot, and like he'd used to like just seek attention all night, and where they would like bow down to it, you know me, I won't put up with that shit.
No, exactly.
And I'm like, you ain't my fucking friend, and you're not behaving like that all night around me, because I'll fucking say something. Anyway, we were walking to the bar, and he said to me, well, like, bearing in mind, I found this quite an intrusive question anyway, because he didn't know me very well, and he was like, well, what's your position? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, what are you? Bottom, top? And I said, like, a top. And I was like, well, I prefer to do that.
Yeah.
And he was like, but you're so femme. I was so fucking angry, and this is the start of the night. I thought, if we did have this conversation in 2 hours later, I'd have lamped you one in the club. Yeah. And I was just like, well, I can't actually remember what I was saying. I remember where it was. It was in Soho. We was walking past one of those nasty public urinals that they have. You know those public ones that make me physically sick.
Yeah.
We was walking past one of those, and that's when he said it. And I thought, oh, me and you are going to fall out. And I tell you now, I'm going to fucking lamp you by the end of the night. I think I left early in the end, and it's probably a good reason.
Probably a good thing,
that I did. But I thought, these lot, and what was worse is he was the most femboy that I've ever seen in my life. Clearly not a top either.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bitch?
I don't know. It's a really intrusive question.
Said to my ex, your friend, I'm going to lamp if he carries on. But yeah, femme tops all from the UK.
Not a surprise. Not a surprise, I don't think.
Again, though, it's just weird that I would like the phrase hung bottom and the phrase femme top.
Yeah.
You almost want to flip them on their heads and do it femme. But then that's generalising, isn't it? And that's being stereotypical.
Absolutely,
when you think for bottom, you think femme.
Tops come in all shapes and sizes.
So the bottoms, apparently. Some smooth, some rough.
Plenty of rough.
Oh, get the speed bumps removed before you go for a long ride in the bottom. That's all I've got to say. You don't want no friction skin tags.
No, thank you.
It's when it's when you spread the cheek and it looks like a scene from The Alien. You're like, ah! Oh god.
Jeez Louise.
That's people from the UK, and that's not my experience, by the way. Oh lord. This episode's so exciting. Oh, on that note, should we listen to some confessions?
Let's go into these confessions. I can't even.
Let's see if we can vanilla it up a little bit by listening to just confessions, but I highly fucking doubt it. So let's hear them.
Here we go.
Oh, midway through recording, I just got a nice message from Jackie on Instagram saying that she'd missed hearing our voices today.
Oh,
thank you. We're so sorry we're a little bit late. As I said, I've been fucking ill all day. And I had a very bad weekend.
But we're here. So thank you for listening. I've got to talk about as well, and I don't think I spoke about it on last week's one, but Harry, obviously, Jackie's son Harry, and we're very close to both Jackie and Harry, but Harry did that Beyonce. Did I mention it last week? I don't think I did. A personalised Beyonce, like, piece of art that he's done by hand. Yeah. Fantastic.
And it's like a geoprint, and it looks fucking incredible. So thank you so much. We should take a picture of it and put it on.
Oh yeah, on
our socials. Should show everyone how incredible it is. But it will take pride of place on the Beyonce shrine. I did question whether I wanted it in the pink studio, but I think it's too nice for the studio.
Yeah. It
needs to go on the Beyonce shrine with Beyonce.
Indeed, yeah.
So yeah, I love it. So thank you so much, and I shall take a picture on the shrine.
Yeah.
And we'll show you. But yeah, thank you for the message.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Shall we listen to some confessions? They're bound to be bad, aren't they?
Always. That's what we live for.
Okay, so the first one. It says, I came on a plane. Now that sounds like Samuel L. That sequel to the
Snakes on a Plane.
Came on a plane. That sounds like the sort of one I'd go to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, Snakes on a Plane sounds pretty phallic, but this is the part 2. Snake on a plane. Then he came on the plane.
Maybe it's the actual porn. Do you remember there was that whole phase of them making pornos of these films? Like,
came on a plane.
Came on a plane.
There you go. So this first one says, I was travelling home from 10 days of work and was feeling absolutely fucking drained. I finally didn't need to be completely locked into my laptop while on the plane, so I decided to crack open my e-reader and dive into a new smutty book that I'd purchased. All work and no play and all that jazz. 10 days with no husband and I forgot my toy. He made me an exceptionally horny girl. A few chapters in, I could feel myself soaking in my panties. Fucking hell. I'd like to know what this book was. I was in the middle of an exceptionally hot chapter describing an absolutely filthy kinky threesome. It was a red-eye flight, so the plane was dark. And me being 5'2" means I can basically curl up by the window. I've never masturbated in public before, but literally felt like I was going to die if I didn't come right there and then. Luckily, sweatpants and a plain blanket made it easy for me to slip my fingers into my panties. The guy in the middle seat was fast asleep, so I'm pretty sure he didn't notice the 2 orgasms I had before we hit JFK International. Yes, girl!
Well, it's a long flight. You've got to do something.
I hope there weren't no kids in front of her, though.
Oh, a bit of splashback.
Oh. we at the ocean. Oh, God. I mean, fair play, but I'd be too scared to do that. Do you know what? I'd be scared I'd end up on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Like one of those videos.
Well, I'm sure recently there's been people who have actually been arrested for doing...
Fubbing yourself off on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I wonder what the book was.
Let us know.
Well, she was away for 10 days without her husband and she forgot her toy, so she was probably fucking gagging for it.
Yeah, everyone always packs a good book. So.
It's when you find out she's reading something like Great Expectations. Anything just makes you horny. Yeah, I'd love to know what that fucking book was.
The Omid Scobie.
Oh, we never got the book title, but I like the confession though. Came on a plane. That's a good one. The next one in honour of party season.
Yeah.
So the next one is I spent my whole work party masturbating. I was over having to go to the optional work parties after hours and on my time, so I decided to make this one a little interesting. I put my favourite purple remote controlled toy in and I headed out to my work party wearing a tight pair of pants to make sure that it stayed completely snug. I spent the evening walking around talking to my stuffy co-workers, all the while toggling the controls into my pocket, trying not to moan as I felt it throbbing on me, and I was coming time and time again at the party. By the time the night was over, I had 1 glass of wine and 3 orgasms.
Wow.
Imagine, good night. Yes. You only had one glass of Chardonnay. Didn't need it.
I found other things to enjoy.
Fucking hell. I mean, that's ballsy, isn't it? Fucking, an orgasm at work. I mean, you get sometimes people hook up with each other, but putting a little toy in and walking around, cheersing your management team. Imagine you... I couldn't do it.
Well, I'm sure some of our previous confessors as well, walking around with their butt plugs in.
Good confession, though.
It was a good confession.
I hope that, well, all I've got to say is I hope the panties were tight and the dress matched the colour of the butt plug or the dildo. You don't want a fashion faux pas to add to your...
absolutely not. Especially not in like neon lighting as well. You see all the stains.
Be like, ugh, burgundy was so last season.
But also, like, if you're in like a club and all the lights are on it, and you can see all the little marks.
Can't get it out.
Oh,
Like she's got dirt wed. Girl, you need a shit. No, I don't. The next one, he or she's just wrote public transport pissing.
Okay.
So, I've recently got a new obsession. Pissing on the floor of buses and trains. It's so much fun. God, I've really been terrible this episode. I'm not editing any of this bullshit out. No. It's so much fun. Yesterday, I finally went further than a little dribble. Empty carriage? No worries, I'll enjoy the piss then. It's so much fun, and I don't care how disgusting some people find it. It's my kink, and I'm gonna enjoy it. As long as it ain't on the fucking Elizabeth line. That's all I've got to say.
No. No, that's disgusting, because, like...
Even if it's a kink, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Like, even if I don't know, sometimes you get stage fright. I can't even piss in a urinal
well, there we go,
next to people.
Yeah.
How I would do it on a train.
Even on an empty carriage. And just that would stink. That was disgusting.
Also, the poor staff that have to clean that up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not behind this kink of yours, girl.
No.
Do it at home in your bath.
Yeah. Or if you need to do it outside, I'd do it somewhere that is, like...
In a bush.
In a bush or...
Not on the train.
No, not on the train.
I hope it's I mean, either way it's bad, but I hope it's the end of the night. Imagine on rush hour. Sorry.
Oh, hang on.
See, when you sit on the train and it's raining and you think it's that umbrella on the floor that's made those puddles.
This is why I will never put my bag on the floor of a carriage. I just can't begin to think the number of like juices and fluids that have been all over that floor. Absolutely rank. It's disgusting.
Thank you for the confession, but it's I would just strongly advise that you knock that one on the head.
Please do.
The next one, this one time I had in the on-call room at work. So I work in healthcare and it's really intense, and the long shifts can sometimes bring people closer in unexpected ways. One night, during a particularly quiet shift of mine, a co-worker and I ended up alone in the on-call room. It started quite innocently, just venting about work, but the tension built as we exchanged lingering glances. Before I knew it, one thing led to another, and we were crossing that unspoken line. The thrill of being so close to getting caught added to the moment, making it hotter than anything I've ever experienced. It wasn't just about the physical, it was the forbidden nature of it all that made it unforgettable. We haven't talked about it since, but every time we pass each other in the hallway, there's this shared look that we know that brings it all back. I can't help but wonder, has anyone ever had this moment like this at work? If so, how do you handle the aftermath? Now, I love this sort of confession.
Yeah.
This is bad, but it's a juicy one.
Yeah.
I've had these sort of things happen to me before. In years ago, though. Fuck me, years ago. In the workplace where I've crossed that line. And I'll stare at the person. Did it for 2 years. Stared at that same person. Ended up leaving my partner for him and everything. But, yeah, I mean, crossing that line, sometimes it's not a line that you should cross or should want to cross because it can cause fucking drama.
I mean, it can work. It can work. But
I don't know if it does. I don't know. I've had a few. Okay, I've tried this for a couple of times now, and it doesn't work. Yeah.
I know people who met through work, and now.
Were they rubbing one out in the on-call room?
Maybe not. Maybe not quite to that extent, but maybe that's where it started. Who knows?
Oh God! Well, clap for your NHS workers. Maybe don't do it in the on-call room though. But that is a good confession.
It is a good confession. Yeah, we like those ones.
You can imagine, innit, counting the next day and just looking at each other in the staff room thinking, Know what we did last night? On the night shift. I like that one. That was a good one. Oh my god. This next one, I got eaten out at the bathroom at university.
Okay.
The girls are bringing it today, aren't they? She's even named the person that ate her out. I had this classmate called Lisa. God, we spoke about Lisa.
Lisa twice.
At the start, I don't know why subconsciously I said Lisa. Anyway, I had this classmate at university called Lisa, who was always up for something wild. I never thought that I would end up doing what we did, but she's kind of converted me. We were on a break at university and she followed me into the bathroom. She just walked right into the stall with me and watched me piss. I was like, Lisa, what the fuck? But then she smiled and waited till I was done. Then she kneeled down in front of me and spread my legs. I was shocked, but I was kind of curious. She started licking and sucking me down below, and I was amazed at how good it felt. She loved the taste of my vagina, she said, and I loved the way it made me feel. I came really, really fast, and that just made it even hotter. I never knew I'd be into girls, but Lisa, she was something else.
Well done, Lisa.
Good on Lisa. Don't know if I want to go down on someone straight after they've been a piss, though.
No, that could be... Oh, some people are into that as well.
Maybe,
you know.
maybe.
Bit of water sports.
Well, yeah, there we go. Bloody Lisa, what a little hornbag she is.
Showing you the ways of how it's done, clearly.
Better hurry up, we've got a seminar to go to, come on. Wipe yourself up, we've got a lecture in 5 minutes. Good on Lisa.
Well done, Lisa.
And she's converted her as well.
There we go, yeah.
There we go. Sometimes you don't know what you love until you try it.
There we go, that's exactly it, I agree.
This next one has got to be one of my most favourite confessions, and it was like there's a moral to this story and it's a bit of an education at the same time. And the name of this confession is Always Clean Up Before You Leave.
Okay.
Sounds sensible, don't it?
It does indeed, yeah.
Sounds very sensible,
very smart.
sounds innocent.
Some wise words.
How wrong we could be. I went home a little while ago with some guys that I met at a club. There was a group of them. We drank loads at the club, and soon we went back and we were naked, and they all took turns in filling me up with cum. I got an Uber home straight after, and the next day I woke up to a cleaning charge on my account. The Uber.
Oh my god.
I felt it all leaking out in the Uber, and I'd hoped that clenching in the taxi ride home would hold it all in. She said, Matt, if you're reading this, I'm so sorry.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, to you. Oh, imagine that poor Uber driver.
That poor Uber driver.
Oh my
God.
She literally filled the back seat up with 6 guys' loads, and poor Matt, the Uber driver, had to clean it up.
Oh, Jesus.
God. Well, I love that she thought that clenching was just going to get, like...
Not 5 loads, no way. Maybe you can hold in 1 for 5.
6, might I add, not 5. She basically birthed 6 loads on the taxi drive. I hope he had leather seats. Oh my God, imagine if it's a fabric seat. Oh my God. Oh. Now when I get in an Uber of a night time and I'm going to look at that, I just think, oh my God, this could be Sandra's loads all on the seat.
I'm moving to Bolt.
I would think Bolt's no better. You know, I got with the Bolt driver.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did, yeah.
Years ago. I was on a rebound. But it was a Bolt driver.
Okay.
I find they're better looking than the Uber drivers. Oh my God. Okay, the next one. I came in a co-worker's bra and she wore it for the rest of the night. What is it with y'all co-workers?
Because party season.
It is Christmas parties. That's probably why we're getting these, actually. It's Christmas party season.
Yeah.
This co-worker of mine and I had a kind of spicy time once. We dared each other to do things back and forth. We worked in a fast food place. Oh my God. This reminds me of the one last week that she stunk of chip oil, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So most of our dares were around give me an undergarment in the drive-thru. Well, one night we were texting and she dared me to jerk off in the parking lot, so I agreed, but I wanted her bra first. So through the drive-thru, I went and picked up an order and parked in view of the hand out the window. She obviously gave the bra. I filled both cups of the bra and spread it around for fun. Imagine it spreading the bra around. She then went and put it back on to show me. She even pulled it away from her chest to show the sticky mess on her boobs, and she did the whole shift with cum bra. Oh God!
Oh, sweet Lord.
These people have to handle your food. God, I've learned a lot about life tonight. Never going to go to a fast food restaurant again. I'm never going to get an Uber again. You can't trust these people.
Absolutely not.
I also love the fact that she felt the need to pull the bra
to prove
apart to show her sticky tits.
You already knew it was in there.
Her two, I bet it was Krispy Kreme. Her two glazed donuts. That is rank. I love that confession, but it does make me now wonder what people get up to in fast food. Well, not just fast food restaurants, any restaurant.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, the late night ones where they open late.
Oh God. Yeah, that's not fucking hell.
That's rank.
Good one though. So this next one now, before I read this one out, this might be the last one. This might be the last confession. Yes, it is. It is the last confession. But before I read this one out, I have to say that at the live show we had an after party. And at the after party, quite late towards the end of the night, somebody gave us a confession, a vocal confession.
Oh, yes.
They said it to us. It wasn't written in, which was fucking juicy as fuck. I'm not going to say their names because I'll leave them anonymous. If they want to come on and say it, please feel free. Please write in. But I will say that this confession that we've got is very similar. It's not the same, but it's quite similar. So this is not that confession. So if this person is listening from the live, we love your confession. We've not embellished it, we've not tweaked it.
No.
This is not an alias.
No.
This is just somebody else's confession that's very similar to yours.
Okay.
Which in a way is a good thing, because it just shows that you're not the only
You're
one.
not alone.
Yeah. But equally I love both.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that that person will come on and give us an audio. Because the way they told it was a lot better than the way I would tell it. Anyway, so the title of this confession is My Arse Sucked Up Too. Okay? So let's start this off with the truth. I have an abnormally tight arsehole. It's not a bad thing in the gay world, people.
Well done, yeah.
It's so tight that I've had to have surgery to loosen it up by 20% to help relieve the stress of my body when going to the bathroom. Fuck me.
Oh, God, that's really tight.
Therefore, when it comes to anal play, I'm hesitant and scared of anything too big. My daddy is big. Fucking hell. He wants to get in my arse, but the size of him scares the shit out of me. Now, she doesn't mean father.
Yeah,
she means
of
her
course.
sugar daddy.
Yeah, of course.
So I got a plug to help me loosen my arse, so one day I could hopefully take him, which he was really keen on.
I hope it was a read between the lines butt plug.
Hope it was a read between the lines butt plug. We were having fun. Daddy knows I love pressure on my holes, and oops, the plug got sucked up into my arsehole. I had to stop and try to push it back out. We went back to playing, and then used a small 1.5 inch vibrator in my arse, and that got stuck up there again too. What the fuck? When I tell you my arse is tight, it is tight. So tight that I got 2 toys stuck up there.
Oh, wow.
If I get a dick that can get it in my arse, it will be the tightest shit someone has probably ever had. I don't know if I'll ever get Daddy's tip in it. Fucking hell, it sounds like an erotic novel. Not the way I say it. But that's why they say practice makes perfect. I will not be using toys anymore, that's for sure. She'd be like what's it, Mr. Potato Head? You know where they store all of the body parts? And shake them and list Mr. Potato Head out. She fucking rattles.
Oh, that's another one that's stuck up there. Oh.
And that was from Rosie.
Oh, wow, Rosie.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you for voting that in. Oh.
It's like a game, isn't it? How many can you fit up there? You know, like when you go to the school fete and you got to guess how many sweets are in the jar and you win a prize.
Yeah.
Guess how many butt plugs are in Rosie.
Well, that's it. It's all like the number of M&Ms you can fit in your mouth. It's a slightly different game.
But my love, if you got the first butt plug stuck up there, I know you've downgraded and gone to only a 1.5 inch one, but the chances are if you're that tight, that one's going to get stuck up there as well. I wonder if she then continued to birth it in front of Daddy.
Well, there we go. Let's not go too far into that because I'm sure we'll have our confession in.
But Rosie, please send a follow-up. Please
Yes.
send a follow-up on how this is going. I'd be very curious
Have
to
to
know.
try it again.
Or has Daddy finally got his wish? Something about the word daddy, like we speak about it, but when someone calls you daddy, I hate it.
Yeah.
If anyone ever, because I'm at an age now where
I could be their dad.
I could, right? But that just reminds me of a silver fox, or not
Yeah.
even that, really, like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
There's this guy that I follow on Instagram, not on Instagram, sorry, on Snapchat, and his name's Cole, and he's an influencer, but he basically, he always puts stuff up about him, and then look, there we go, morning daddy. Actually, shall I play what he says to it? And then I'll give you some insight into this arsehole. Hold on.
Damn, it's bright. I don't know what to do anymore. Damn, it's bright. Let's say you will.
Ooh, he doesn't know what to do anymore because people are calling him daddy.
Right.
He paints this picture on Snapchat that he gets offended by it, but I did a little bit of digging into this bunker, and if you search his name on X, he's not. This is not the first time this bastard has been called daddy before, and he acts like he's the most like prim and proper guy, but he's actually an actual slut.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, don't fucking sit there and tell the Snapchat world. But what's funny about it is he acts like he's pissed off, and then all he gets is morning daddy, morning daddy. And the other day I did it. I was like in the hot tub, and then he posted, he did a video, and I did one back, and he actually like quoted it, and I was like, I found it funny. What did he say? I can't find it now, but I think I called him like something daddy, and I thought it was funny. And he was like, yeah,
You guys just upgraded me from. Alright. I get it now.
I called him a super daddy because he gets fuming, and that was his response to me. You guys have just upgraded it. I'm like, God, do you want me to share your fucking ex profile? You want me to share your ex profile? Anyway, I'm not about to shame him. I do follow him on his Snapchat. His posts are quite good, but it's because he's always posting like stuff about like California and LA, and it's stuff that I like. But I do like it when people wind him up. If you've not seen him, go to X and you'll see the real him.
What's his name for our listeners?
Cole Galletti.
Carl Galati.
There we go. Very handsome.
Okay.
But selling a fake life on
Yeah.
Snapchat, that's what I'll say.
Like most
Anyway, confession's over.
There we go.
I got through it with a voice still, which is
You did.
which is great. Apologise for my ropey self. I'm not fucking editing any of my my little mishap.
Bumper episode, I think, as well this week.
Yeah, we couldn't have it go out any later. We didn't want to disappoint our lovely listeners.
Indeed.
So thank you so much for putting up with us for another week.
There we go. Yeah.
Let us know your Spotify Wrapped stats.
Yes,
and if
absolutely.
we're not up there as one of your top podcasts,
Why not?
why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Work harder, bitches. Work harder.
2025 is your year.
Exactly. But please continue to listen to us. You can listen to this podcast on all streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Prime, all streaming platforms, as well as our website. You do not have to have a streaming platform or app
Not at all.
to listen to this. You can just listen to our podcast at www.rbtwthepodcast.com.
Indeed, yeah.
You can also find us on social media at
RBTW Official on TikTok, RBTW Podcast on Instagram.
and RBTW the podcast on X as well, where we'll be bringing we want to post a few socials about our stats this week, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah, we
So
do.
keep your eyes peeled for that. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your enemies, tell everyone about us. And why don't you download a few episodes and have us ready for maybe a Christmas Day listen with the fam.
Absolutely. Yeah, there we go. Everyone gathered around post the King's Speech.
There we go. Yeah, maybe instead of the King's Speech, maybe we'll do an alternative one.
Maybe.
There we go. We'll put a bonus one up on Spotify. We'll do an alternative one.
Let's do that.
That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
Great idea.
But yeah, as always, we love you all, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.